Today is Friday, February 15th, 2019. I am on day 16 of my first 21-day water fast. From now through Wednesday, February 20th, 2019, I will consume only distilled water. My face is a mess. I completely understand that it's a skin purging and that things are coming from within. I've mentioned this before, but this is ridiculous. I would zoom in to show you just how ridiculous, but some of you could be eating right now, ironically enough. So I won't do that. You're welcome. But it's a mess, and it is still painful. I am going to do, after I finish this video, I'm going to do a steam facial. And my goal with that is to loosen things up a little bit and to help bring them to the forefront as much as I can. I use a cleanser on my skin at nighttime. During the day, I place something on top just to give it some relief because there are so many groupings of little bumps that, I can't even scratch my nose, not the inside, but the outside of my nose without some tenderness. So it just offers me relief during the day. I went out and sat by the water today because it helps me to feel grounded. I need that every now and again, in fact, often, actually. And it was a little bit chilly outside, but I did it anyway, even if only for a few moments. And what I realized when I got out there is that I am flexible now. I have, of course, my favorite beach chair. I'm sitting down, it's low to the ground. And I was able to lift my ankle, down below, my ankle, sitting on this low chair all the way up to about here on me, both legs. And today I felt rather restless. Physically, I felt very restless. I was driving, and when I was at traffic lights, at red lights, I would have to put the car in park, undo my seatbelt, and kind of do some stretching in the driver's seat of the car. And I don't know why that was, but I definitely felt the need to stretch everything that I could. Everything that was stretchable, I wanted to stretch today. And I think I did. Once I did stretch, I did feel some relief in the restlessness, but it was real. And without relieving it, I was very uncomfortable. I decided to remove the ice from my water consumption today, so I just drank distilled water without ice. It didn't improve anything, it just changed the scenery a little bit for me. But, my body doesn't really, I don't really want any water that much. So I'm just going with it. I feel okay. I don't feel like I'm stumbling or anything, or that I'm weak or anything like that, but I'm just listening to my body. I'll have some more before I go to bed. I'm urinating and doing all that stuff, which is awesome. But outside of that, I'm just going with the flow. One phrase that has come to me in the past 21 days is delayed gratification. That is one of my lessons, one of many lessons that I'm learning, delayed gratification. And that phrase will go with me into the next set of lessons that I will be learning very soon. I'm like a newborn. I want to start anew. Even at the age of 38, if you're listening and you're 83 or you're listening and you're 13, it's never too early or too late to start anew. And that's how I feel deep within my heart. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here doing this, But delayed gratification is, I consider it a skill that I will put into practice. I have been a fan of, maybe a victim of, no, a fan of, an abuser of, and addicted to instant gratification, which has not served me well. And when you think about it, that can cross over into many areas. One example related to food with instant gratification is, hey, I'm hungry. I don't feel like cooking, taking the time to go get the ingredients, cut things up, and cook them. So For instant gratification, I'm going to go ahead and go through this drive-through. Or I'm going to go and sit at this bar. I don't drink anymore, but I still sit at the bar for convenience and speed. But I'm going to go ahead and sit at this bar and have me a dish. And so with the delayed gratification, it has taught me some patience in the areas that I needed. I will take the time to buy my ingredients, cook them at home, prepare them with love, and consume them slowly, chewing every single morsel. Did you hear my stomach? Chewing every single morsel and not rushing through the meal, savoring it, really savoring and being grateful for every bite. And it also helps with digestion to chew your food properly. I have one brother, one of my two brothers. He chews very methodically. He has always, since I can recall, eaten slowly. And I used to look at him and say, hello, like, today, are we going to finish today or tomorrow? Likely because I wanted something on his plate. And let me tell you this story real quick. So I used to love scrambled eggs, specifically the way my mother made scrambled eggs, okay? I'm reminiscing right now. Sometimes I get excited. You know, yes, I know for me that these things are not good for me to eat. I still have fond memories of them though, not gonna lie. So she used to make scrambled eggs in the morning for breakfast. And I knew full well that I could eat a half a dozen eggs on my own with grits. Maybe some sausage, I don't know. Please, my true vegans, don't be offended. I'm reminiscing about the past. Relax. But she used to make them so deliciously. And my brothers, they're eating their food at the rate of a normal human being. And I'm scarfing mine down because I love hot food. And I knew full well they were not going to eat all those eggs because I don't think they're really into them. I knew I was. And if I wait for them to finish their eggs at their rate, it's going to be cold. So it's like, hey, you know, to my two brothers, go ahead and set aside what you're not going to eat because you're not going to finish it. Let me get that part now, and you continue with whatever you're going to do with your cold part because I'm ready to eat yours now. And that used to happen very often. I was very aware of how fast people were eating. Delayed gratification. I'm going to savor my bites. I'm going to enjoy my meals. That will allow things to settle, and then I really have an idea of when I'm actually full versus just piling stuff on top of everything else and then looking down and realizing, hey, I'm bloated and I can't move that fast right now and I'm sleepy. So that's what I'm going to be working on. Delayed gratification. And I'm going to change that and call it divine gratification. Divinely timed gratification, because what's the rush? That's what I'm thinking. Anywho, I hope you have a wonderful night. I'm going to bed soon, as you know, after I do my steam facial to bring out this mess. Okay, wonderful to see you. Good night.